life. Oh. Hello, this is a test. Are we live? Alright, cool. We are. Cool, we are. Hi, Hannah. Sweetie from Zooey. Hi. Hey, Thief on Twitch.
Hello, this is
Oh my god, is that
test.
me? Hi, Thief. How are you? How you doing, Thief? Good. I was literally gonna say I can't see the TikTok chat, so perfect. Perfecto. Alright. My favorite person is life. Oh, I'm glad. I'm honored. I am honored. Hey, we got 3 people on Twitch. Good. Hey, we do. Alright. This is we made a little change. The change is from now on, when we start streaming, we're gonna do the watch alongs first. We're gonna watch things together first, and then the gaming will be pushed to the end. That's the change. Is everything working, by the way? Is everything working? Is the audio working? Is it too loud? Is the background music too loud? Hopefully not. Because this is so close to my mouth. Yo, what up, JK? MA, what up? This is my favorite song for this week. I get my song suggestions from TikTok. Especially at 3 a.m. around 3 a.m. That's the best time I get my favorite. What up, Bakar? Yeah, I have a whole playlist. But anyways, I did save some videos today. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me see if I can share it. Yeah, here are some of the videos. Hold on, let me just open them here. Oh, is that my WhatsApp messages? Here are some of the videos. No, not here, all the way. Alright, let me just up to here. I'll try to maybe get through 5 videos if I can. If not, then we can't. Alright, no worries. Perfect. I can sleep while watching you gaming now. Yeah. Alright, okay. The music is too loud a little bit. Hold on. Where is it? Alright, here are some of the videos that I've saved. This is probably the longest one. A secret killer leads cop into her 3 million murder mansion. I'm interested. I really want to watch this, but it might take some time because it's like 49 minutes. I might skip some, some parts of it, but hopefully it's entertaining. Apart from that, then most of these videos are just philosophy type of videos. But I like watching them, so you're gonna have to watch it with me. We're gonna suffer together, and hear me just hear me yap about these videos, and what I think, and how I see it. Anyways, all right. Enough of this music. All right. Should we go with the long video or should we go with this? I don't know. I'm not, bro. These days, I'm just obsessed with these philosophy videos. It's really interesting. I'm obsessed with the idea of free will. What happens after death? Of course, I'm a Muslim, from a Muslim point of view, but just in general, I like these topics. Or maybe psychopaths. I don't know. Oh, no, I'm weird. All right. Yo, are you put up? Dr. Insanity is goated. Are you on Twitch? Yes, I'm on Twitch. I'll be mainly on Twitch tonight. Twitch and YouTube. So if you're watching on TikTok, I might not see the comments because it is delayed. It is delayed. It's connected to my OBS. This shit is delayed. That's what you get for being on TikTok. TikTok is for peasants. If you're on TikTok, you're a peasant. You have a low attention span. Like a roach. What's the Twitch? Bad YouTuber. Hold on, let me see if I can type it in. The Twitch is bad YouTuber. YouTube bad YouTuber. Alright, anyways. Alright. Wait, which one should we... Oh no. Alright. Enough of the music. Alright, which should we go first? Which one should we go with first? Alright, since this one is already, you know, up. Alright, maybe this. See, this is why I can't pick things. I overthink. That's why I'm not going back. Oh yeah, don't go back to TikTok. TikTok kills your... Oh, this is interesting, but it's 27-minute video. Bro, I like watching videos that are not over 15 minutes, because once they get over 15 minutes, then it's just, you know, it's kind of annoying. I don't have that attention span for videos over 15 minutes. Alright, we're just gonna start with this. It's a 12-minute video. Hopefully it's good. I haven't watched it before, or maybe I did, I can't remember, but I haven't watched it. But anyways, the video title is, do you have free will? Do you thief? Do you think you have free will? And if yes, is it limited? Is it a full free will? What is free will? I'm not having existential thoughts, just so you know. I just think it's interesting. But anyways, look at it. Do you have free will? Let's see.
Are you free? Free to choose what you do and make decisions?
Hey, wa alaikum salam, Abdullahi.
An NPC, unable to decide anything for yourself. You feel that you have control over your life, or at least what you'll have for breakfast. But this may be an illusion. Physics actually may force you to go through life as if on rails, with no free will at all. You experience free will all the time, like when you decided to watch this video instead of doing something useful. Free will is your ability to decide by yourself what you do. It means that the future is an open arena that you can shape with your actions. It's at the core of human relationships. It means you are responsible for your actions, which is the basis of our moral and legal systems. There are too many dimensions for one short video: moral, psychological, biological, so we'll focus on the most essential part. Is free will even possible?
Hey, is free will possible? Boys, is free will possible? What do you think? Because I think you do have free will, but it is limited. I know I keep saying this, but it's interesting. The way I say it, I'll try to go through it without, you know, losing my train of thoughts.
Part,
but
is free will even possible?
I want your thoughts on it too. I want this to feel like more of a discussion, all right, than just us watching something together. Okay.
Two main philosophical camps are fighting about this. No matter how we represent them, they'll be upset about it. So we'll use our own words. The first camp claims that the very idea of free will is fundamentally incompatible with the laws of the universe.
Limited because of the morals of religion. What do you think tells us before we watch though? What do I think? I think we do have free will, but it is limited by your experience and your surroundings. Yeah, that's generally what I think. It is limited. You can't have full free will. If you had, this is my thoughts on it. If you had full free will, if you can do whatever you will, or you wanted to, or you wished, you would have been a god. I think the only thing, the only being that has a complete full free will is God, is Ilahi. We don't. We have a limited free will. That's what I think. We're given a limited free will, and we're the only creature that has free will. That's what I think. Yeah.
You are an NPC.
I think we are all predisposed to be who we are. I agree with that 50%. 50%. I think we're all shaped by our experience with our experience. So, our experience tend to, you know, kind of dictate what we do. So, is it really us then? So that's what I meant by a limited free will.
You exactly are. It's somehow made up of your physical brain and body. And these are made of cells, which are made of proteins, which are made of atoms and particles like protons or electrons. So fundamentally, you're a specific, quite lovely, dynamic pattern of particles. Particles have no will, no motivation, no freedom. They blindly follow the laws of physics. And we don't know why, but most laws of physics are deterministic, which means that things happen the way they do because of the things that came before. If you play pool and hit a ball at a specific speed and angle, the laws of physics tell you exactly how all the balls on the table will behave, their speeds, recoil directions, everything. These laws completely decide the behavior of all balls on the table. At the microscopic level, things work very much like...
But we are disposed to our experience. That is true. That is true, actually. I mean, if you think deep into this, we don't... if you overthink about it, then we don't really have free will. We have the freedom to contemplate, but we don't really have the free will to choose. But because whatever you choose is dictated by your previous experience. So if you think about it, we don't really have free will. We have the freedom to contemplate.
Like that, only without players. Actions and reactions affect all the particles in the universe, creating a chain of causal effects that extends throughout time, from the past to the future. Things happen, making other things happen. Now imagine that if right after the Big Bang, a super smart supercomputer looked at every single particle in the universe and noted all their properties. Just by applying the deterministic laws of physics, it should be able to predict what all the particles in existence would be doing until the...
Yeah, but then again, isn't that what, you know, I don't know, if you are a super intelligent being that can know everything, isn't that what God is supposed to be? I don't know. Yeah, we are limited as humans. So that would, I think that too makes our, you know, our free will limited as well. Because we're limited by so many things. We're limited by our experience, our surroundings, things we don't really have control over. And I can't have control over where I was born, or who raised me, or my surroundings, or the society that I lived in. I don't have control over that, and those things shape my 90 to 95% of the things that I choose, of the things that I get to do. The I thing that I chose with my free will. But realistically, I didn't. Does that make sense?
End of time. But if you're made of particles and it's technically possible to calculate what particles will do forever, then you never decided anything. Your past, present, and future were already predetermined and decided at the Big Bang. That would mean there is a kind of fate, and you...
We have the freedom to rebel from predisposition. But that again, the act of you trying to rebel itself comes from an experience that you had that led you to doing that action as well. So you did not really choose that, because whatever made you choose that is what is controlling your free will. Does that make sense?
You are not free to decide anything. You may feel like you make decisions, but you're actually on autopilot. The motions of the particles that make up your brain cells that made you watch this video were decided 14 billion years ago. You're just in the room when it happens. You're only witnessing how the universe inside you unfolds in real time. But this can't be true because of quantum mechanics, right?
What is the context of the video you're watching? It's called "Do We Have Free Will?"
Quantum processes are intrinsically random, not deterministic, and can't be predicted with total certainty. On the quantum pool table, balls can go randomly left or up or banana. Their behavior isn't set by what came before, but randomly decided in real time. But for the no free will camp, this doesn't affect their argument. They think that since quantum processes are random, they don't allow you to make any decisions. Because if there's randomness for the things that fundamentally make up your brain and body, these random processes make the decisions for you. How?
So the only thing we can be sure of is predisposition. But what do you mean by that?
Say an electron can randomly go right or left. If it goes left, it triggers electric currents between
Hey, thank you,
neurons
Thief.
that create
I
a
just saw your
neuronal
comment now.
process,
Thank you.
which triggers a long chain of actions that make you watch a YouTube video. Or it goes right and makes you clean your room. Just because the chain is extremely complex doesn't mean you have any control over it. So maybe your fate was not decided at the Big Bang, but it is decided at this very moment. The important part is that it's not decided by you. You get no say in this. You have no free will. Wow. This is kind of a bummer because the argument fundamentally seems to make sense. Except, no, screams the free will side. This is a really bad way to think about the universe. You are the main character. We know that we can reduce everything that exists to its basic particles and the laws that guide them. While this makes physics feel like the only scientific discipline that actually matters, there's a problem. You can't explain everything in our universe only in terms of particles. One key fact about reality that we can't explain by
Wait, so does that mean, like, if physics? Let's say if multiverses exist, and the physics that apply in this universe doesn't apply to maybe another universe, would that change the perception of free will in that universe? So if everything is kind of, does that make sense?
Just in electrons and quantum stuff is emergence. Emergence is when many small things together create new fundamental traits that didn't exist.
But okay, but all of this physics applies in our universe. Let's say multiverses exist, and none of this physics applies to that universe. So would that change the concept of free will in that universe? Or would it be the same as this? But then again, it could change everything too. It could change the concept of morals. The things that we find moral in this universe, it might not be moral in other universes. So...
Before, a drop of water is just a sextillion H2O molecules. If you get water on your pants, they get wet. But what is wetness? H2O molecules are not wet, but your pants are definitely wet now. Many small things together just created something new that doesn't exist at the level of the individual molecules. Emergence occurs at all levels of reality, and reality seems to be organized in layers. Atoms, molecules, cells, tissues, organs, you, society. Put many things in one layer together and they'll create the next layer up. Every time they do, entirely new properties emerge. One atom can't handle information, but many of them together can form a DNA molecule. Molecules are not alive, but many of them can form a cell, and cells are alive. With each jump up the complexity ladder, the rules of what's possible change. Completely new things emerge that are much more than the sum of their parts.
But I wonder what is like, you know what would be so interesting if there was a video of the concept of free will, but it goes way, like, from every religion, but it goes way deep, not just as in, like, you know, you have the freedom to do evil or bad, but actually I think in Islam there's a videos of like talking about free will that is actually really interesting, that does align with, you know, science in some way. But it would be interesting to see the concept of free will from like all three Abrahamic religions, and maybe is there a concept of free will in Buddhism? I don't know. It would be interesting. It'd be interesting. I don't know. If there's a video, let me know. Link me. I would be interested to watch.
And here, the reductionist view of the universe breaks down. The layers of reality need each other to make sense.
You don't choose your thoughts. They appear. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah.
You can explain living things with cells, cells with molecules, and molecules with atoms. But because of emergence, you can't start with quantum particles and reconstruct the universe. You can't explain galaxies with quantum mechanics or human psychology with quarks. This is not the whole story.
I think questioning free will versus predetermination is a silly exercise when one could just acknowledge predisposition.
Reality is not just structured in layers, but for some reason, the layers are also largely independent of each other. Things existing within the same layer can influence each other and maybe a layer up or down. But often they don't seem to influence things much higher up or down. To figure out how your organs work, you don't need quarks.
Thoughts form from experiencing a predisposed environment. That's the thing. That's what I meant by when I said we have a limited free will, because, I mean, we are predisposed to things that we don't have control over. And that's one aspect of like what makes us have thoughts and what leads us to choose things that we think we chose ourselves, but we wouldn't have chose the same thing if we weren't disposed to that specific environment that we were predisposed to. Does that make sense? So in that sense, you don't really have free will, because you wouldn't have picked that same thing if you were predisposed in maybe a different environment. Yeah, that's really interesting. That's interesting thoughts. But could we change that? Maybe could you change that? No, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't. You just have to do. That's what I said. That's what I said. We all do have free will, but it's limited. All right. We have the freedom to contemplate. I will give you the choice to either pick an apple or an orange. But you're only allowed to pick between those two. You can't ask for a peach, or you can't ask for a lemon, because you weren't given to. You weren't predisposed to a lemon or or grapes. So yeah, you're only predisposed to an apple or orange, and you could get to pick those two. Maybe someone else's choice is mango or grapes. Someone else's maybe banana flipping rice. But yeah, I guess we in that sense, yeah. But we still do have the freedom to contemplate, though. If we're given the choice to pick between an apple or an orange, you can't go ahead and pick maybe banana, because you're never predisposed to a banana. You don't know exists. It's not in your thoughts to pick. So yeah, you have the freedom to contemplate between the two choices given to you. Yeah, that's it.
To understand politics,
that's how I see it. That's how I see free will. That's how I see it.
you don't need to know about cells. If you want to explain things happening,
And for you to be a good person morally, I think it all comes down to the choices that were given to you, or the thoughts that were in your head. And if you had two bad choices, and if you pick the one that is least evil, in my eyes, you're still a good person.
on one layer, you can only do that.
And I think too, in some religions, the idea of going to hell or heaven comes with your intentions. With your intentions. Sometimes you don't have to really, be the best person to go to heaven. I don't know. So yeah, it all comes down with intentions.
By staying close to that layer. No, screams the no free will camp in frustration. You can't just use magic to explain free will.
You're always choosing, even when you feel like you're not choosing. There's also a choice. Yeah, not choosing is a choice.
Oh, but the emergence argument doesn't involve...
So for the people that, for the people that really, this whole concept of free will, that, I don't know, maybe you could be religious, maybe you're not really religious. You go an agnostic, or you go being atheist itself is a choice. So you or going against or rebelling against something itself is a choice. So yeah, if you feel like you you didn't choose anything, cause you did choose. You chose not to choose something, and that is your choice. So yeah, it's not as free and as people think it is, or people make it out to be. Yeah, I didn't choose to be in this world. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. I don't really exist. I don't want to contribute to nothing. I don't want to do anything. I didn't choose to be here. You doing that itself is a choice. Sorry to break it to you. You're in this game. You're in this game with us. If you don't play, you're still playing by not playing. But you'll not get the, I don't know. I don't know.
Magic. It just says that thinking about free will in terms of
We can never actually know if we're predisposed to make that choice, though. Well.
determinism and fundamental law.
Well.
Laws is a dead end. A kind of category error, like trying to explain galaxies by looking at your digestive tract. It's part of a reductionist school of thinking about the universe that very successfully shaped science for a long time, but that's challenged by emergence. So maybe trying to understand free will by looking at fundamental particles, deterministic laws, and quantum mechanics misses the point. The question we should be asking is, which layer of reality is relevant to free will? Well, just like no individual molecule creates wetness, not a single cell in your brain wants to watch YouTube. But one layer up, your brain, made of 80 billion interconnected neurons, does. On this layer, all the things relevant to you emerge. Your consciousness, character, feelings, your fears and dreams. This is where you emerge. We don't know why and how, but we know that you're here right now. How all the things going on in your brain play off each other to make you who you are is a whole different can of worms. But on this layer of reality, you are part of the decision process. Because at this level, you are just one more physical cause of whatever happens in your...
See, guys, all of this happened in your brain for you to be here now. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? All of that crazy stuff. Like, you being here, you think you chose to watch this video now? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. All of these crazy mess that is happening in your brain led you to be here. So you're a slave to your thoughts. You're a slave to...
brain.
I think if a human had true free will, he'd probably be locked up immediately, though. No, he would be a god. If they had I feel like if a human had a full free will, there is nothing that has a full free will. The only being that has a full free will, unlimited free will, is God. Because once you have a full free will, you can do whatever the hell you want to do. Like, you have the freedom to do whatever you will, whatever you wish. And we don't really... I think we do unlock. I might be crazy, but this is my own thoughts. And I will yap about it. I don't care. I think the concept of hell and heaven comes with... basically it's more the more free will that you're given. Like, if you go to heaven, which I do believe it does exist, I do believe in heaven and hell. The real reward is, are you gonna get more free will or less free will? The concept of hell, in my eyes, is you get less free will. You get less free will. If you go to hell, you have less free will. You have less free will than you do now, because you're placed in a position that you can't do much about. But on the other hand, if you go to hell, or if you go to heaven, you have more free will that you can get to do more things that you can do now. Maybe in other dimensions. Maybe I might not know, because I'm not capable of understanding it now. But yeah, that's what I think. The real reward is you either get... After you die, you either get more free will or less free will.
You are
if a human had complete free will, they would be completely detached from collective conscious. That would be deemed crazy or dangerous. No human is God, though. Exactly. I don't think we will ever I really don't think we will ever have, or no human will ever have, a full free will, because we're not we don't have we're not compatible with getting a full free will. It's like running GTA 5 on a 2002 computer. It just, you can't, it doesn't, it's not made for that. I don't think we're made for it. If I was given full free will now, I think I will just explode and just be dust. That's what I think, because I can't handle it. I can't handle full free will. It's like a superpower. It's literally like superpower. That's how I see it, at least. But yeah,
Shaped by your decisions, and your decisions are shaped
we can't handle it now. We can't handle it now.
You have a say about this layer of reality. You are not just witnessing how the universe inside you unfolds, you're actually taking part in it. And you're free to do so however you see fit. At least this is how some on the free will side see it. Conclusion and opinion. So, who's right? Is there free will? We don't know. If you ask us,
my god. Give us something. What do you mean we don't know?
personally, we think the argument for free will is more appealing because it brings the complexity of the universe to the table. Maybe existence is just the sum of its parts, but at least for now, it seems the universe is not that simple.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. The idea, I feel like more people would appeal towards having free will because it just feels more freeing, even if it's fake. Even if it's fake, it feels more freeing than knowing that we don't really have free will. That would just feel so depressing. If you feel like I think that as humans we're kind of selfish and we want to take credit for the things that we do, if it's either for the good or either good or bad. Yeah. If we feel like everything we do is not it can't be credited to us because it was already predetermined, we wouldn't want that because we're selfish in a way. We want to have credit for whatever we do. So yeah, I feel like even if it's, it doesn't exist, I feel like some people will still choose to believe that it does exist. Free will does exist, even if we can't, like, we can literally prove it doesn't. But I do believe that we do have a free will, but it's limited.
But even if
I keep adding that key word. It is limited. All right, you're not God. You don't have full free will.
we don't have free will,
Is free will an illusion that we need to function, or are we complicating things again though? Is it an illusion that we need to function?
it's not clear what that changes for practical purposes. You and us, we humans, on a purely subjective basis, feel like we have free will and that your decisions are yours to make. As long as we're not sure either way, and if it feels like you're making decisions, what does it matter if a non-existent supercomputer could have calculated the future at the Big Bang? Or if quantum stuff all the way down randomly nudges your cells one way?
Like the way he describes that super smart, superficial computer, you can just replace that with God and it would make sense. Because for you to be that smart and for you to know all of the things that he said, that super smart computer would know, that it's closest. I feel like people that are atheists would describe God but wouldn't just give the name to it. They would be like, the Big Bang, this happened, there's this intelligence. If this existed, that would have happened. Bro, they would just describe God, but they wouldn't give the name to it. But I guess.
Or the other.
I guess they have the free will to do it.
Free will that feels free is good enough for us. In any case,
bro, we just want to feel free. Even if it look, I think as humans we really love the concept of just being free. Just do it, like, to having the free, like, bro, forget free will. Are we really free with, the type of society that we live in? Are really free? Everything's really constructed for us. Our whole life is kind of shaped by our government. But let's not go there. It's not really a conspiracy theory. You can just really see with your bare eyes. Like the school you go to, the university you go to, the majors you choose. Are you see?
Now
we're thinking too deep. We're really thinking too deep. But
do next? Maybe get some stuff done, or watch more of our videos. It's your decision, probably. At least you can pick which video to watch next, in theory. What you have really almost no control over is...
Okay, that's ads. But yeah, this is an interesting video. I like these type of videos. It just opens our mind to just yap about things, you know. It's really interesting. It is really interesting. But yeah, I guess we'll never find the answer to this, huh? We will never find the answer to this. There's only majority of the times the people there's no in the middle type of people. Either you do or you don't. I guess I'm kind of in the middle because I feel like you do have free will, but it's limited. You know, it's limited by a lot of things that we just mentioned in the video now. But yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think. Thief and Benjamin. It was really interesting. Some of your thoughts. Some of your thoughts were interesting. But yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll know. I guess we'll know. I don't know. Are we really gonna know if we have free will? Nah. It's really interesting. It's one of those things that you can watch 100 videos of these, but you never know the answer. But yeah, it's interesting. It is interesting. All right. Maybe we're overthinking. Maybe we're overthinking. Is just our destiny, and God knows what we would do or choose, but at the same time, our choices matter. I'm confused now. Yeah, our choices do matter. I'm not. Our choices do really matter. I mean, we're just because you're given, like, you know, a limited options doesn't mean it still doesn't matter. I think it still does matter. But you know, I think both free will and predetermination are delusions, and the only thing we know is predisposition. Yeah. It's interesting. I think everything is delusion if you think about it. It's not really delusion. I think we're not capable of understanding it yet, because we're not made to understand all of that now, just yet. Or maybe after we die, we get that little boost, that spiritual boost or third eye, and we could get to see things that we can't physically see now. I mean, we could get to, you know, get some answers to things that we can't get the answers to now. Maybe that would be really interesting. I hope that's the case. I hope after we die, we just unlock some, you know, superpowers and see things or get the answers to things that we don't really know now. Yeah. Anyways, speaking of afterlife, speaking of the afterlife, I want to watch. Where's that video? Where's that video? Yeah, speaking of afterlife, what does it feel like to die? That is something that I always wanted to know. What does it feel like to be dead? Not really dead. I don't. To be dead is to. The closest thing I can picture it to is to be asleep. Wait, what's the video? What's this video again? What dying feels like? Yeah, that's what I want to know. What does it feel like as you're going through it? Not after you went through it. I think after you go through it, it's just you know, and then you're dead. But yeah, as you're going through it, the way I see it is like, time does, like, the whole concept of death is really weird. You could be like, from our perspective, someone could die in 1 second, but that 1 second to them could feel like maybe 2 hours or maybe a day or 2 days. That's what I think. I think when you're about to die, right before you die, time does slow down and you leave this dimension. And everything that you, like, just like that 1 second could feel like 7 hours maybe. Yeah, that's what I think. And that's why you have the time to, like, kind of, you know how when people die, they kind of relive their entire life as flashbacks. You can't do that in 7 seconds. But in our time, it could feel like 7 seconds. But to them, they could relive their whole life in those 7 seconds before they die. Because they already left our dimension. The time works different for them. But anyways, I'm yapping too much now. Anyways, let's watch this video. It's way different than you think. What dying feels like.
Like to die.
All right, let's go.
It's a question that many are curious.
It's actually all we do. We are more than capable of understanding predisposition. Wait, is there a video of that? I would actually love to watch that. Anyways, what does it feel like to die? Let's go.
What does it feel like to die? It's a question that many are curious, if not a little scared about, but scientists are now closer than ever to understanding what actually happens while you're dying. Recently, researchers studied the brain.
I'm not really scared of dying. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm not really scared. Maybe the physical pain it takes. I don't want to fucking get shot in the freaking neck and bleed to death. Maybe that part, that physical pain, yeah, I'm scared of it, but not really the idea of that. I'm not really scared of it. More so, I'm excited. I don't want to sound suicidal, but I am excited. It's just interesting.
Brains and bodies.
The camera quality is insane. What camera do you use? I use the Sony ZV-1. Thank you. So Sony ZV-1F.
People to gain new insight into what it feels like as you die. First up, relaxation. A recent meta-analysis found that most people in the Western world will die in medical institutions where the first sign of death is a loss of hunger and thirst. Physicians call this the beginning of active dying, and it is caused by an intense feeling of relaxation where you will likely only be capable of handling small spoonfuls of food and water. Step 2 of death.
Wait, what? Wait, hold on. That could just also mean that could mean a lot of things. If you're heartbroken, then you might losing appetite doesn't automatically mean you're about to die. Wait, what does it mean though? Relax. Does it mean something like a spiritual relaxation or just physical? I'm guessing this is just physical.
Extreme fatigue and unconsciousness.
I believe in rebirth. To what though? Rebirth to what? Because after you die, anything could be rebirth. Rebirth to, maybe... Oh, you know what would be so cool? This is kind of off topic. You know what would be so cool? Maybe after we die, we could, just exist in a different universe. But I don't believe in that. I think after you die, you just die. You just die. You will physically not live in any other universe again. You're just dead. Maybe spiritually you might be awake. But yeah.
One study found that
I lose my train of thought sometimes. Sorry, boys.
72% of patients in this phase of death reported pre-death dreams involving reuniting with people who had already died.
Oh no! I have these dreams. But I already have these dreams. This is scary.
That they dreamed about getting ready to travel somewhere, and 28% dreamed of meaningful experiences from their past. These
72% is a big number. Oh my god.
Where and
72% is it's scary. What the hell?
28% dreamed of meaningful experiences from their past. These pre-death dreams are happening because at this time you are mostly asleep and even dipping into unconsciousness. This means that if someone tries to physically wake you up, nothing will happen. The thing is, studies of unconscious patients show that when they did
wait, does this study, is it only from people that are in coma, the people that are already in the hospital, or is it just, I don't think they can do a study on people that are just fine. Because how would you know they're going to die soon? I mean, you can kind of guess or predetermine people that are going to die if they're already in a coma or at the hospital. So I'm guessing this is based on people that are, in a bad condition already. And then you kind of know they're already going to die. Yeah, but it would be interesting. It would be interesting. It would be hella scary though. Because if this applied across the board, it would be freaking scary. Like if I just had a dream of reuniting with a loved one, let's say my mother's dead. All right. If I had a dream of reuniting with her, or the other two things that you mentioned, and I died a week from now, that would be fucking scary. That would be scary.
eventually wake up from being unconscious, they thought they were only just asleep. Essentially, you are not going to be aware of going in and out of consciousness. Some reports say that this stage of dying feels a bit like when you can't get out of bed from an intense cold or flu, but when you are dying, the sleep is no longer rejuvenating and the fatigue is consistent. Because at times you are now unconscious, it's harder to plan for oral medications, so at this point you might be hooked up to syringe pumps or suppositories in order to get oral medications or dying aids before death. Step 3 of death, seeing light. At this point, studies show that your heart will beat less forcefully, your blood pressure will fall, and your organs, including your brain, will function.
The light, couldn't the light just be the hospital light? Couldn't it just be the hospital light? Cause I don't know, but that would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. The whole idea of rebirth. This is Benjamin mentioned it, but I've heard this theory of when you are born, like when you die, you see light. No, when you're was it the other way around? I think I'm messing it up. But basically, when you die, the light that you see is the hospital light when during your your delivery, you're about to be born. But anyways, I think I'm messing it up. Something along the lines, basically. But yeah, that's crazy because there's a lot of people that are not born in a hospital. So wouldn't that apply to them? Wouldn't I don't know.
Essentially, your brain is trying to conserve energy as it slowly dies, and this causes your brain to lose the power of
but I think of me is simply the awareness available in colliding creation. Consciousness is just awareness with memory. Oh, consciousness is just awareness with memory. But the memory is delusional. Wait, what do you mean consciousness is awareness with memory? It does make sense, yeah. So what if you take away one then? What does it become then? If you take away the memory and you're just aware of things that are happening, does that mean you're not conscious? Or if you're not aware of things that you're doing now, but you do have the memories of things that you've done in the past, is that the recipe for consciousness? If you're missing one that you're not conscious, then no, the light you see is drugs.
Inhibition. You may have heard people talking about seeing the light or moving towards the light during near-death experiences. Brain studies on rats show that a dying brain's lack of inhibition causes the visual brain system to fire. This has also been found in some human studies as well, which may explain why many people report this phenomenon of seeing light as...
That means you're high as fuck. Oh yeah, to be honest, bro, since he's giving you the I don't know, what is it called? Death aid medicine. I don't know. You could be high as fuck. You could be high as fuck. But yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. I think they should do this study on across the board. All right, just not people in the hospital. People that are they're taking 20 different drugs and they're half asleep. I don't think this is, they could just be seeing random things.
Their brain begins to die. Step 4 of death, scary breathing. Known as the death rattle, an unconscious person's breathing still follows the automatic patterns generated by the respiratory system of their brain. But they don't have proper awareness of their mouth and throat, so saliva builds up. The saliva in the back of the throat mixed with the automatic quick breaths.
Have I ever tried DMT? No, I haven't. I've barely taken any drugs. The last time I actually took drugs, what do you consider drugs though? Did you figure, I mean, not drugs, like actual prescriptions? It's about years. I never get sick, which is thank God, alhamdulillah. I never get sick. The last time I was sick, I don't even remember. Which is good. Hopefully it keeps that way.
Creates loud breathing noises that many people will observe as disturbing, but it's important to note that the person dying is actually feeling no distress. In fact, the reason that this is happening to the dying person is because
bro, you're my favorite person, but you don't understand. Every life, I swear, I write something. I learn something new. Oh, thank you. When we exist, death is not present. And when death is present, we no longer exist. Mm. Wait, what? When we exist, death is... Wait, when death is present, death is not present, and when death is present, we don't exist? Wait, I'm confused.
Physiologically,
I've had quite of a... I literally thought DMT was a drug. I'm so I'm so lost. You meant near death experience. I did had a multiple near death experience. Yeah. But I don't know. And I was just panicking. I wasn't really reflecting too much. I almost drowned once. What else? I've had multiple near death experience, but most of the time I was just fighting for my life. I I wasn't having any of these symptoms, any of these signs, or any of this. I was just fighting for I wasn't processing anything. Anyways,
they are so relaxed. Step 5 of death, brain surging. A 2013 study
DMT
on
is
rat
a
brains
drug?
dying from
Okay.
cardiac arrest found that specific brain
the body produced DMT naturally when you die. Wait, what does it feel like though? I low-key want to. Oh no, man. Hey Benjamin, are you introducing me to drugs now? Oh god. Oh god.
regions surged with synchronized
But it can be extracted from frogs and plants. Wait, what's the use of it then? What is the use of that drug?
low gamma waves more coherent than when the rats were alive and healthy. The brain waves were similar to when rats were engaged in high-level cognitive activity. This, of course, got researchers interested in what's happening to our brains as we die as well. In humans, a study on 567 dying men and women had their brains scanned as they were being resuscitated with CPR. It turns out that, like the rats, the brains fired in intense ways, and those who survived the CPR reported lucid experiences such as perception of separation from the body, observing events with no pain or distress, a meaningful evaluation of their life, and assessing their own actions towards others throughout their life. This is again all likely linked to
So wait, was that all happening when they were trying to get resuscitated? Oh, that's creepy. See, this is what I mean. I feel like time slows down for them. The same way that you can have a long dream and like 5 minutes. Like you can take a 5-minute nap and you can have the longest dream. And that dream might feel like 6 hours. So yeah, I feel like that's the same with near death experiences. At least if you're in the hospital and you're drugged up and you're just seeing things. Time does slow down, I feel like, maybe.
disinhibition.
I think consciousness is tied to the soul, but memory belongs more to the mind. No? But what does it mean to be conscious, though, if you don't have memory or if you're not aware of things? I think they're all tied together. But wait, does that mean people that have Alzheimer's don't have consciousness? Well, what is consciousness actually? To be conscious, to have consciousness. I mean, animals could be aware of things, right? Animals do have awareness and memory, but they don't have consciousness. But do they? How do we know if they do, if they don't? Maybe they do have consciousness, but maybe it's different type of consciousness than we do. Maybe their consciousness and our consciousness is different. They're super 20 minutes. Oh, the DMT drug. It's more they just something about consciousness is just awareness, I think. Consciousness is just awareness, I think. But animals do have awareness though. There's a lot of animals that do have awareness. Does that mean they're conscious? I thought the only being that were conscious are humans. I mean, animals are conscious. I don't know. They could be conscious to some degree, but not as the same level as humans. Animals do have consciousness. Do they? I used to think animals don't have consciousness. They're just aware of things. They don't. Oh, yeah. What is consciousness actually? Maybe we should. I thought consciousness was just more about some of the things that made us human. That is the thing that separates us from, you know, animals. Animals have consciousness. Even plants are conscious. In what way?
Of our brain.
Not that type of consciousness, though. Wait, do you think animals are conscious? Like, as in, like, aware of their actions? Or do they just do things? Because that's, in a way, they're programmed to do that. And does consciousness relate to control? I feel like, I don't know. That could be a completely different topic, but it's
it was also found that this disinhibition caused the part of the brain involved in memory to light up, allowing some people to access stored memories, while other patients, when resuscitated, couldn't remember anything that had just happened to them.
Because I feel like I feel like the reason that we can maybe slaughter animal and eat is maybe we feel like they don't have the same conscious level as us, and that makes us feel less guilty doing, you know, maybe doing the things that we do to animals, maybe to consume or other things. Animals are predisposed the same way we are, but they have less features though. They have less functions. They're nerfed. Animals are nerfed. Oh god, is that funny?
Even though brain scans showed that their brains...
Oh, hear me out. Consciousness is a feeling, memory is a thought. Consciousness is a feeling, memory is a thought. That's delusion. If you are a zombie, you are conscious. If you're not, then you're... Wait. If you're alive... Wait. Maybe we should look up a video. Maybe we should look up a video that... Because that would be...
We're firing an uninhibited...
Maybe that could be the next... But if you have a video, if you can link me to a video that talks about consciousness, that would be brilliant. That would be amazing.
active ways. Some of these patients reported knowing that they were dying, but also that they were going towards a place that felt like home. One other study of a man's brain while dying found that his brain activation was similar to people who were on the psychedelic drug DMT. But more recent studies...
That's the drug that you mentioned now. Oh, that's...
found resuscitated dying people reported that what they had experienced right before death felt different than hallucinations, illusions, or even dreams.
But how would they know though? How would they know? I feel like it would be different if you died than if you just had a near-death experience. Near-death experience is just like you were almost there. So you can't really tell the full story. That makes sense? I don't know. I don't believe in people that had near-death experiences, bro, because you weren't there. You weren't there. How do we know you had a near-death experience? How close were you? All right, let's say if two people said they both had near-death experiences, who really had the nearest death experience? Is there a way to mention it? Is there a metric to mention it? To measure it?
But what are people thinking of?
Like if two people had both near-death experiences, one of them had their heart stop maybe for like 2 seconds and the other had 5 seconds, does that mean the guy that had his heart stopped for 5 seconds had the nearest of near-death experience? Near-death experiences are just people experiences DMT. Yeah, exactly. That's what I think. See, whatever that is, I think people that had near-death experiences, they're just experiencing DMT because you're not dead. I feel like if you were dead, then you could really tell us, like, you know, what it felt like to die. We don't want near experience. We want the experience. When you believe you are about to die, your body produces drugs. So that wouldn't apply to people that let's say without them expecting, just maybe randomly died or unexpectedly died. Like for example, me, I don't think I'm gonna die now. If the freaking ceiling collapsed on me and I just died, does that mean I'm not gonna have none of these symptoms? because I wasn't expecting it? Or are these people having all of these symptoms because they were expecting to die, or they were like kind of expecting something to happen, and they were just feeding their brain to, you know, they're just making all of that up in their brain. Anyways, that was really interesting.
About before they
Sometimes
die.
I yap too much and I forget what the whole video was about. But yeah.
Are there common regrets or emotions? We actually did a whole podcast on the cognitive side of dying and people's experiences and advice for death. Link here on screen and in the description over on our podcast channel side note. I think about dying all the time. That's why I made this video.
Same. I do think about dying all the time too. It's really interesting. I don't want to die. I'm not suicidal. But I just want to feel like. I just want to feel it. Brain lives for a bit after the body dies. Ooh, I've heard like it lives for like maybe 7 seconds. Is that 7 minutes? And Islam, those 7 minutes, you do kind of relive your whole life in those 7 minutes. It does say that in Islam as well, and it scientifically says that too. You do have flashbacks of your your entire life. But what the hell is the point of that? That's kind of the thing that I'm, you know. What's the point of having reliving my whole life in those 7 minutes, or however minutes it is? Like, what's the point of it? Is that kind of like, you know, I don't know. If your brain were to disintegrate immediately upon death, I think it would just be a blackout. Oh, that would be scary. I'd rather have hallucinations actually than just blackout. Bam. I think that would be more fucking scary. What the hell? Imagine just talking now and boom, black, darkness. Oh, no. I'd rather have those DMT experience.
Thank you so much for watching, and Asabus.
Tier 1.
That was interesting. That was really interesting. And so that video. Go back to that.
What does it?
I was really interested. So that was what it feels like to die. What was the takeaway of this whole video actually? It's just telling us, just, you know, was it like seeing lights? Was it seeing lights? What else? Death rattle, breathing problems, and some people see stuff in, you know, memory. Alright. DMT is a pretty weird drug. I don't want to come across as a weird drug addict, but can you just can you just buy those and try it? Do they have side effects? I don't know. I don't think I'll be allowed to just try out DMTs, just to have a near death experience. That's actually really weird. Every afterlife theory explained in 16 minutes. Alright, this would be cool. Might be the last video that I watch before we hop on fc26. I really wanted to watch this video. Oh my god, this video is really good. I mean, I haven't watched it, but based on it's too long though. It's like 49 minutes. A serial killer leads cops into a 3 million murder mansion. 3 million murder mansion. So every time I tried it, it was random experience that I wasn't expecting. Like, what do you mean not expecting? Like, was it something like that was just completely off? Like, you know, not even. Was it like just like a fever dream? Just random things happening. I'm still not as scared to death though. I'm worried more about losing control. Oh. I mean, not knowing what's gonna happen is losing control in a way, isn't it? Social experience proves afterlife is real. I don't think anything can prove after, like, physically, tangibly prove anything is real after we die. I just gotta believe it. That's why it's called faith. That's why it's called faith. You can't believe. You can't prove. I mean, afterlife is real. Like, you can't physically prove it. You just have to believe it. You just gotta believe it. That's why it's called faith. Anyways, which one should we watch? Which one should we watch? Oh, this is interesting too. This is interesting, but it could be. It could not be. This could be fake. This could be fake, bro. Because this could be fake. This could just be propaganda. But call it blasting off. Wait, what? I just happen to meet people who enjoy keeping it on them. I'm blasting people off. Wait, what? You just happen to meet people who enjoy keeping it on them. Wait, did I miss something? You suddenly become everything, and then go back to you. See, now I feel like that's such a good sales pitch. Now I want to try it. No, I don't want to try it. Because I would be a really, really bad drug addict. I'm so freaking clean. I don't even take prescriptions when I'm, like, having a headache or anything. I just let my body deal with it. The last time I actually had a proper medicine was, I can't even remember. It was maybe freaking 10 years ago. I don't know. So I feel like anything that I take, my body will react to it really heavy, really bad. How to never get angry or bothered by anyone. No. The most disturbing afterlife experience theories. 56 minutes. No, we're not watching 56-minute video. It's not something you get addicted to. But what if I like the experience? Then would I not want to go back to it? What if I really like that, the experience it gives me? What if I like that weird experience? Or is it different? Or if it's different every time, like you said, you have things that you don't expect to, think of. Like, you have experience that you don't expect it to happen. What if you just do it for the mystery? Like, it's like a mystery unboxing. You take it this time. I wonder what this time is gonna be. Let me take the drug. I'm a dinosaur, like, random. I'm a dinosaur and a cow at the same time. And I don't know. We'll just I can't even come up with a random thought. But yeah. Alright, let's see which one is. Alright, now that we just watched near-death experience video, this video says every afterlife theory explained in 16 seconds. I'm guessing this is from the perspective of every religion, the perspective of like it's theories. So I'm hoping this to cover everything. I'm seeing heaven and hell, so that does cover up the religion, the faith part, reincarnation. My boy said it, Benjamin. He said rebirth. Okay, that's one of them. This video covers up everything, so I will just watch it with no biases, of course. I mean, we're humans. We're always gonna have biases, but I'll try to watch these 16 afterlife theories and see which one is more interesting to me, at least. All right, let's see.
Purgatory.
Some of these I've never heard of this, like purgatory. I never heard of this, so I don't know what these are. I don't know what to expect.
Purgatory is basically like a spiritual community service where you get to work off your sins and earn your way up to the big leagues. So you've just left the earthly planes, but instead of heading straight to the pearly gates or the fiery hot pits, you find yourself in a celestial waiting room. The idea of
Sheesh.
purgatory means that you are not entirely bad, but not entirely good either. So before you can access heaven, your soul needs a little spring cleaning. Maybe you told
Wait, isn't this the concept of wait, what's that one movie called? That one animated movie. Oh, that one animated Disney movie. Oh my god, I forgot the name of it. Was it The Purpose, The Life? Oh, it's full. I hate when I forget things. But yeah, I think I've seen an animated was it Pixel or from Disney or Pixel? I don't remember exactly. Concept made from this. It was really
once you
interesting.
make dad jokes or cut in line at the grocery store.
I think when we die, we are gone. I just say rebirth in the sense that awareness will always exist. So what awareness exactly? Your awareness, or just your awareness will change into a different thing? Do you mean like your specific awareness will always exist?
One too many times. Instead of a slap on the wrist, you get sent to purgatory to think about what you've done. It's like being
This is like detention. This is like detention. Like you weren't good in you weren't good in class. So oh, I don't know.
in the corner of the universe, but with more existential dread. In purgatory, you are not quite in heaven, but you're not in hell either. It's the great in-between, like when you're waiting for your phone to update. It's not fun, but you know it's necessary. And just like those updates, purgatory is all about getting rid of those.
I don't believe my awareness is different from anyone else's awareness. Anyone else's awareness. Wait, like, do you mean it like in the sense of like the egg theory? So we're basically are one. We share the same awareness. Like we're just all doing, we're all living to achieve the same goal. To live different lives.
Bugs, sins in your system. Nothingness. Have you ever tried squeezing one of your eyes?
All right, let's rate this. Let's rate these so we could be more fun. So the first one, I think I would rate it out of I would rate it 5 out of 10 because there's no risk involved. It's just that you were bad. You get sent to detention. So you can do some side quest and work your way up to heaven. I don't know. There's no risk involved. So I'll just give that maybe a 4. Actually, a 3 out of 10, or 4 out of 10. So there's no incentive for you to be good in this world if you believe in that. I guess I don't know. Yeah.
Got to know
I'll give that 3 out of 10. Nothingness. All right, let's hear this.
what it'd feel like. Well, you'll notice that after a little time, your brain will just forget that your eye is closed, and the other eye will immediately start to take on both functions. This is because you don't see black when you close one eye, which is technically what you'd expect to see.
Wait, hold on. You don't see black when you close one eye? Oh yeah, that's what the fuck. That's so true. Yo, hold on. Yeah, close one eye. I see things, but I don't see black on my right eye. Oh, you know when people say, imagine like trying to see things from your elbow? That's exactly what it feels like. Like the eye is here, but I can't see anything with it. I don't even see black. Oh, okay. Anyway, so let me go back to the video. If anyone ever tells you to look or see things with your elbow, just tell them to close one eye.
Instead, your vision ceases to exist completely.
Living in a comfort zone at this point. What the hell? I didn't know. So blind people can't see shit? No, blind people don't see anything. Wait, depends on how they became blind. Like if you don't have eyes, if your eyes are pulled out from your eye socket, then this is the same as seeing it with your elbow. But if you damage your eyes, then I feel like you would see black. Like if I poke my eyes and it bleeds and I can't see and I lose my sight, I would see black. I feel like, because the eye is still there. It just can't let the light, go through.
Meaning you see nothing. Everywhere is completely void. There is no darkness, no silence, and no consciousness. It's almost like you're in a deep...
Oh, let's keep in mind, this is after death. After death.
sleep forever, but without the dreams or the snoring. This means that being nothing after death is the ultimate version of a 404 not found error.
Oh god, nah. This feels worse. This, to me at least, this feels worse. Because all of this means nothing. This feels worse. Like, I think even if it doesn't exist, the idea of afterlife existing is sort of comforting, because let's say you lose a loved one, like a loved one. The idea of you knowing that that's not the end, that's not the end of them forever, for eternity, and they're gone, that is kind of comforting. Even if it doesn't exist, for that time, it is comforting. But if you believe in nothingness, then it is sad. Imagine you believe in nothingness and you lose your mother, or you lose your wife, or you lose your father. That's just, they're gone forever. There's no nothing. They're gone. It's like they never exist. No, it would be like they existed because there's memories of them, but they're gone. The only thing that is ever left of them is the memories that you have. That is, I feel this is more depressing. What the hell? Or on a molecular level, there is a little that actually exists. Everything is basically vibrating energy. But at that point, then you still do exist on a molecular. If in that version you kind of somewhat exist, but you do transform into something else. Like the energy does become something else. But nothingness is freaking scary.
Your brain would practically forget that you were even alive in the first place, because every single memory, thought, experience, and feeling would be wiped away immediately after your heart stopped beating.
No, I don't like this. Cause I don't know. There's no use of this. But I think if I was a serial killer, this would make me less guilty. If I knew, like, after they die, they would cease to exist, and they would just forget that they were even killed, I would not feel anything. Actually, I would feel less sympathetic towards the people I'm done, like, harming, I guess. I don't know. There's no incentive to this. I don't really know.
Theists mostly hold this particular.
I guess if this is a thing, it's better for people not to know until they actually die, and then they were like, oh fuck, and then they can't be anything. Actually, they can't even rethink it. But if we know this now, that would be so fucking depressing. No one would go to work. No one would do anything. If you knew this for a fact, I don't, even science don't say nothing happens. Like, no one says for a fact this is gonna happen. I mean, no one can say that. But yeah, the fact that we don't know this is better.
Theory, and it presents a horrifying or comforting conclusion that's totally dependent on your.
Yeah, I'm having the horrifying conclusion now. I guess it could be comforting for other people. I can understand why it would be comforting to some people.
Perspective. Some might find it scary, like being ghosted by the universe. Others might find it comforting, like finally getting that uninterrupted nap you've been craving since.
But it wouldn't feel like a nap, though. It wouldn't feel like anything. Like, for you to say, yeah, finally I would feel like I would get that nap. It wouldn't feel like you're comparing it to the naps that you have now, which is nothing. That's the closest thing that you can compare it to. But it wouldn't feel like a nap. It would feel like nothing. For you to say it would feel like, I can finally get that nap is kind of you're comparing to something that is not real.
Since kindergarten. Cryonics.
Yeah, I don't know. What would we rate that? Nothingness. I don't know. I'm pausing the video too much, but yeah, I would rate that 5 out of 10, because it's right in the middle. It's either you freaking like it or you hate it so much, which is in the middle. So I'd rate that 5 out of 10.
Think of.
I mean, as a Muslim, we are certain whatever is gonna happen after life, we already know. Yeah, but this is theories. This is theories. This is not. None of this is a fact. So yeah.
of cryonics as putting your life on ice. Literally. It's like when you freeze your leftovers, hoping they'll be just as tasty when you finally reheat them. Only in this case, you're the leftover.
When was the first time you ever tried to imagine not existing? The first time I tried to imagine not existing, it's like a long time ago. I don't know. Maybe I was like 9 years old. But it's just so hard to imagine not existing. The closest thing you compare it to is like, I don't know. There's nothing to compare it to. But yeah, it was a long time. I think I was 9 the first time I tried to imagine not existing.
And the microwave is futuristic science. The whole idea behind this theory is that you can quite literally freeze your body after death with the hope that future technology will be able to cure whatever it was that put you on ice in the first place. It's like...
But I think that this, I don't know. This isn't kind of like a afterlife theory. You're still hoping to be brought back into this life, so you're not even done with this life. So this theory is just like that clingy ex that's still like, you know, attached to this world.
Pressing the ultimate pause button on life. So instead of taking a bow after the last episode of the grand stage of your life, you are gently lowered into a giant freezer. Apparently death
Nah, this might be the worst one.
is not the end, but it's just an extended commercial break, like some kind of sequel where you wake up after the extended nap in a sci-fi future.
Peter Thiel is gonna get frozen, I think. Yeah, I think a lot of people are gonna get frozen. I think Benjamin Netanyahu is gonna get frozen. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I wouldn't mind to be frozen. Actually, now that I think about it, no, I don't want to. Because the person that they're gonna bring back to life, is that gonna be me? Is that really gonna be me, or is it gonna be someone else? I don't know. Actually, if I die, just let me go, bro. Let me go. Not that they would, not that anybody's gonna give a fuck, because that needs a lot of maintenance. You have to be someone. You have to be like a freaking Einstein or something. I don't think Einstein would even want to, you know, be brought back. No one would want to be fucking brought back into this world, bro. Unless you're crazy. Unless you're Peter Thiel, bro. I'm good with dying low. Yeah. Actually, I take it back. I'm good with dying. Being frozen is freaking weird, bro. Imagine a fucking pervert finds you 5,000 years from now, and just does some unquestionable things to your body. Why was that the first thing I thought of? Anyways, let me just go back to the video before I...
A select few have chosen cryonics so far, so it's like joining an exclusive club whose membership fee includes a very cold welcome.
And a lot of money too. I feel like it's gonna have to cost a lot. Already accepted dead ones. I was far. I was sure. Gunner low. Wait, really? Really? What did it feel like? Did it feel like, you know, just, I don't know. In what sense though? Were you at the hospital? Were you actually going through like a near-death experience, like drowning? Like what was the context?
Reincarnation.
What do we rate in the last one? I don't really like the last one. If you want to be, I don't know. The last one is kind of, you're still clinging into this world, so it's not really a near-death experience. So I would give that a 1 out of 10. Because you're not really gone. This video is a near-death experience. No, not near-death experience. Why am I stuck on that video? This video is the afterlife theory. The last theory felt like you're still trying to cling on to this life. So I'll give that a 1 out of 10. A solid 1 out of 10. I'm being generous with the 1, by the way. It should have been 0. I got pulled up by a tide in the ocean. That's the same thing that freaking happened to me. Oh my god, the freaking ocean. It's always the freaking ocean. But I didn't know how to swim though. I was a stupid kid. I barely know how to swim now. I had a football saved me. A soccer ball or football saved me. I had it under my shirt. That kept me floating, bro. I would have been gone. I would have been gone by now. It's always the freaking ocean, bro. It's always the ocean. I don't think anyone could see me, and I didn't want to wave my hands in the air low. Wait, why? Why didn't you want to wave your hand in the air? old Asians used to do this freezing thing long time ago, but with honey. Not only Asians but Africans too. But so they would just dip you in honey. They would just cover you up with honey. For what purpose though? Why? Were they hoping to be reincarnated one day? I don't know. To, you know. I was just going down. So I was just going down. I don't know. I was just okay with dying, I guess. Wait, how old were you? Now, I remember when that happened to me, I was screaming for my life, bro. I was screaming for my life.
Is basically the cosmic version.
Reincarnation. This is interesting. This is really interesting. I've heard this one a lot. I think this is the most common one that I've heard. Afterlife theories. The reincarnation.
Of try, and try again, like the universe's ultimate do-over challenge. So let's imagine that life is a giant game of Monopoly. And
I was like 31. Wait, why were you? Why would you want it? Why did you like? Why were you okay with it? Like, were you okay with it because you tried so much, or were you okay with it because you were at a point in your life that you were not happy with things that were happening around, and you're like, yeah, fuck it. Because I feel like our first instinct is to fight, to live. It's like more of a biological thing. We are really scared to die, I guess. Was it more of a choice, or was it like helplessness type of, give up type of, I'm okay with it because I can't help it type of way? Or were you active? I don't know if you yeah.
Each time you play, you might be a different token. Sometimes you're the top hat, the race car, or even the little dog. Now, in reincarnation, instead of tokens, you come back as a different person, animal, or even a plant. So if you don't become a big...
But there's no way to prove this, that's the thing. There wouldn't be a way to... This is kind of... I don't know, I wouldn't call it useless, but... I tried to swim back, but couldn't. My only thought was I didn't think this was how I would go out. But okay, I guess. Damn. Nah, nah, you were aura forming at that time, I think. Sheesh. Yeah. That's crazy. Then what happened then? How are you still alive then? What happened? I want to know the rest of it now.
Time multi-million.
Swimming back, it was impossible. So I was tired. Wait, what happened then? You're still alive, so that means it worked out well. It turned out well. Sheesh. Wait, hold on. Let me close this door. I'm back.
This time around, don't worry. According to this theory,
You got rescued? Good. Nice. I hope you didn't drown and then you got rescued after. And they had to do a whole CPR. Yeah. Alright, yeah, alright.
definitely get another shot. However, the downside is that you don't get to keep any memories or experiences from your previous life. So sadly, it is not an automatic cheat code for figuring your life out. You might be a rock star in one life, rock it out on stage, traveling from city to city on tours with girls screaming your name at the top of their lungs. In your next life, you might come back as a tortoise. So now you're taking it slow, living up to 150 years and contemplating the meaning of life. One blade
would you have the consciousness though? That's the
of grass at a time. However, a big part of reincarnation is that you'll maintain some similarities with your previous life. So if you were a cat before, living the good life, lounging around and chasing laser pointers, you might come back as a human who loves naps, has an inexplicable fondness for sunbeams, and can't resist pouncing on shiny objects. A win is a win. Heaven and hell.
Wait, reincarnation. Oh, I don't know what to rate reincarnation. I'll rate reincarnation 6 out of 10 because it's fun. It is fun. It is fun though. I don't know, but could that be? Oh, Yeah, reincarnation is fun. It's fun. But you would have similarities, but no memory, no nothing. So you're just starting over with that. It would be fun if there was like a third person point of view that you can just observe everything. But living through it, I don't think it would make any difference to to the person going through it. Help me. Someone helped me, then someone else had to help him. What the hell? Nah, I threw up a lot of water, but I was okay. So you didn't lose consciousness. That's good. So you didn't like drink too much. You didn't drown until you lost consciousness and then got rescued. That's good. That's good. That's good. Why is so nonchalant about that though?
If you grew up
Yeah, why is he so nonchalant about that? Yeah, that's yeah, you were so nonchalant about your near-death experience. Oh my god. Wait, does it scare you to think about it now? To think back? Alright, anyways, what do we rate in reincarnation? I would rate reincarnation 6 out of 10. Because it's fun. It's fun, but it doesn't make any difference to the person. Let's go to hell and heaven.
Up in a predominantly Christian family and went to church every Sunday, then you would be very familiar with the concept of
Yeah, I think this is the majority of what humans believe. Whether you're Muslim, Christian, Jew, what else? Yeah, that's the majority.
heaven and hell, which is without a doubt the ultimate reward and punishment system according to the Christian faith. According to this theory, Christians who live a very good and spiritual life on earth are believed to ascend to heaven after dying, which is like the ultimate VIP club. They're no longer.
But with Islam, it's kind of different. There's levels to the heaven as well. It's not just heaven itself does have rank. Like you and let's say for example, the people that were lived around the Prophet's time might not make it into the same heaven. So heaven is not just one big VIP lounge room. It's just different. There's levels to it too. It's like a hotel that you might, you might, if you were just an average person that hasn't done a lot of, if you were not good, you're not bad, you're just an average lad, you might get a 3-star hotel. But if you were like one of a kind, one of the best to ever exist, then you might be at a 5-star hotel. That's that's from like an Islamic perspective.
Lines, no cover charge, and all the angels know your name. It's the kind of place where every day is a chill Saturday and the Wi-Fi is always strong. You've got endless buffets with all your favorite foods, calorie-free of course, and the cloud seating is more comfortable than your grandma's favorite armchair. Heaven is like winning the cosmic lottery and all your good deeds pay off. However, if you lived a sinful life on earth and did not follow the teachings of God, you would be sent to hell after you die, which is the total opposite of what heaven is. Hell is basically like the universe's worst summer camp, which is always too hot. The mosquitoes are the size of pigeons and the air conditioning is perpetually broken.
I like how he made hell feel fun. Yeah. Also, I don't know why I'll always have to, add to it. But in Islam, hell doesn't always mean fire or hotness. Like you could be tortured in ice, like with cold. Hell doesn't always mean like actual fire. There's ice hell too. Like you could be literally tortured with cold and ice and just freezing to death and over and over and over for eternity. Which is really interesting. People always associate hell with being really hot. But yeah.
Be constantly tortured by Lucifer, who is not exactly the friendly motivational type, but more like the world's worst boss, always finding new ways to make you regret stealing that cookie in 3rd grade. Simulation.
Wait, isn't Lucifer in hell too? Isn't he being punished too? Or why is he in charge of hell? Isn't he doomed in hell as well? What's going on?
theory. Simulation theory suggests that every
Alright, hell and hell after heaven and hell. That's what most people believe. I guess I'm being biased if I would to rate that, so I would skip that for now, because that's the one that I do believe in, or at least conditioned to believe in, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, anyways, I think we are like empty vessels that all drinks from the same soul. Oh. So where does that lead us though? If it's the same soul. So the soul is more of a like a So we're sharing the same soul then, huh? Pieces of the same soul. Interesting.
everything we experience, the good,
Alright, what would you guys rate the last one? Heaven and hell, heaven and hell, heaven and hell. Hi, Clumsy on TikTok. Sorry, I'm not paying attention to TikTok tonight, man. I feel bad. But it is what it is.
the bad, the weird, is all part of a super advanced computer simulation. So if you've ever felt like your life is a sitcom with someone else controlling the remote, you might just be right. This theory believes that somewhere out there, super advanced beings are sitting at their hyper advanced computers controlling everything. Think of them as
Why are always aliens always green with this head shape? Where does this whole idea come from? That's what I want to know now. Where does this whole idea of aliens being this green roach looking creatures?
as cosmic gamers, sipping energy drinks and tweaking the code of our lives. People who believe in this are convinced that every action and thing is already programmed into the simulation and is controlled. If they experience deja vu, that's probably just a glitch.
Deja vu is one of the freaking weirdest thing ever, bro. Every time I experience it, I try to break it. I'm like, oh, wait, hold on. I'm living in a deja vu now. Let me try to do something to break it. And everything that I do ends up being within the deja vu that I already had, which is freaking weird. I always do this. I try to break it. Sometimes I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm living in a deja vu. Let me do something to break it. And I end up doing something, and it's the same thing in the same deja vu. I'm like, oh, fuck, I already did this before. Sometimes I'm like, I try to do the opposite. I'm like, oh, fuck, let me not try to break the deja vu this time. Let me catch it off guard. They're expecting me to break it, so let me not break it. So let me just stay still. And I'm like, fuck, I did stay still in the deja vu like, before too. I've seen this too. But it's weird to break it. I try to break it all the time anyways, but it's so fucking annoying. What is it? It doesn't make any sense.
Glitch in the simulation.
I mean, some of the explanations I've heard is like your eye sees things before your brain processes it, which can have a double effect. You think you might have saw it before, but you didn't. But your brain just processes it slower. I don't buy it. I mean, it makes sense, but no.
You know, like when your character in a video game walks into a wall repeatedly, or when NPCs start acting weird, or those times when you can't find your keys and then they magically appear where you already looked 5 times. That's just the simulation lagging a bit. The programmers also put random things in place for us to find and keep the game interesting.
No.
And these events are what we call luck. It's like that time you saw
This makes you more of a self-centered in a way. You're gonna see yourself as the main character. If you believe everything is simulation and you're the only thing that is real, I don't know. I don't feel good about that. Your mom might make you some good rice and you might not appreciate it as much because you think she's a simulation. And you're like, no, mom, I don't really believe in. No, I don't. You're not gonna appreciate the life to the fullest or people around you to the fullest because you're just paranoid that everything is fake. I don't know.
a random $20 bill in an old coat pocket after you've been crying from hunger the whole day. We all start at level 1, aka birth, in this cosmic game, and as we go through life, we gain experience points, XP, by learning, growing, and overcoming challenges. Pay your bills on time, plus
I don't know. Wait, do people that believe in this too, do they believe that they are simulation too? That they don't Like if they cut off their hand, it's not gonna have any effect. But they think that if you think everything is a simulation, including yourself, it makes more sense than if you think you're the only thing that is real. Then that's kind of fucked up way of living, I feel like.
An experience
I think deja vu is just your body experiencing natural highs from something that reminds you of something pleasurable from your past. Wait, what? What, so is a deja vu from... So the whole deja vu is just a natural high from my past? Wait, what makes that specific moment high then? Like sometimes it happens during boring, like, you know, boring scenarios. It doesn't really happen like when you're about to score a goal. Like what makes that specific moment really high moment? People who believe in simulation theory are people. I feel like the live stream is delayed for you, Benjamin. People who believe in simulation theory are people who don't want to acknowledge their misdoings. So yeah. I feel like it makes you more. It's such a narcissist behavior. I feel like if you think everything is simulation and you're the only thing that is real, such a narcissistic behavior. You don't want to take accountability for anything. You're like, fuck it. Anything that I do don't really matter. These people are. Everyone around me is a simulation anyway. So it just makes you less accountable for your actions. It's such a weird way to live, bro.
points.
Hey, walaikum salam, Abdi on TikTok.
A new skill plus 50 experience points. Not spilled your coffee on your white shirt for an entire day plus 100 experience points. And when you die, it's not game over. It's more like hitting the reset button and starting a new game with a different character. Transcendence.
All right.
This is the...
Look, the last one, the simulation, I'll give that a 3 out of 10 because there's no fun in it. There's no fun in you thinking you live in a simulation. Just makes you a narcissist, bruh. Self-centered. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like the whole simulation. It is interesting. And it just makes us... I think it just makes us... I don't know. It's just a whole self-centered idea. The fact that someone or some being would take their time to design everything around me. I'm not that special. Alright? I'm not that freaking special. The whole idea is solely self-centered. Some being designed everything around me. Designed my bed. I designed my whole world and put people in it. Why would they spend all of that energy to do all of that? Right? What makes me special? What makes any of us special to be simulated into a whole different world? Nah. I don't like it. It's interesting. No, it is interesting. I've been experiencing a major lag in the past week, so I blame people. Well, to some extent, I mean, I don't physically believe our life is simulated, and the whole people in my life are a simulation. But to some extent, it is simulated in a way. But anyways, yeah, that's a different thing though. It's not living in a simulation. I mean, we do kind of live in a simulation if they control our thoughts with the algorithm and social media and all of that stuff, right? And everything that we think, everything that we like, and everything we perceive is based on what we consume all the time, and that itself is controlled by few individuals. Isn't that kind of living in a simulation? Or it is kind of though, isn't it? So they're doing a simulation on a budget. That's even fucking worse. That's worse. Oh, that's worse. Nah, that is worse.
Ultimate cosmic promotion, and it's all about rising above the ordinary, leveling.
Well, if everything is vibrating energy, we very well could just be a simulation. Nah, I don't know why I'm so against being simulated. I guess it goes back to, like, you know, us feeling we're not in control of anything if everything is simulated for us. I don't know.
Up from the mundane and merging with something greater. Transcendence is like upgrading from standard definition to ultra high definition, where you become part of a higher reality or consciousness. It's like leaving behind your day
like
job
this
and
one.
becoming a rock star, but on a spiritual level. For instance, let's say you're a drop of water in the ocean. Now, before transcendence, you're just chilling, minding your own business. But after you die and transcend, you merge with the entire ocean. You become one with the waves, the tides, and even those weird deep-sea fish with glowing antennas. When you
No,
transcend,
I like this one. I like this one. This is interesting.
you're not just you.
I mean, if you think about the past 300 years of evolution, what are the chances that we just happen to be so lucky to be alive now? What are the odds? Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's giving me existential thoughts, man. Whoa. What are the odds that we live now? Oh, I'm so glad I live in this timeline. I'm gonna just say that, bro. I mean, I do wish for more things sometimes. I do wish to be in better places. I do wish to have more freedom sometimes to travel around. But I'm still glad that I live with my limited freedom now in this timeline than with a lot more freedom. You know, maybe not even 300 years, maybe 100 years from now. I wouldn't want to be in Germany during World War II. I wouldn't want to be a German during World War II. Well, I wouldn't want to be a Japanese during World War II. Does that make sense? I don't know. I'm just glad I live in, you know, this timeline. It just makes everything easier.
Anymore. You're connected to
I think it's best to believe that we are real, even if we aren't. Yeah, it just feels better.
everything and everyone. It's like joining the ultimate group chat where everyone's on the same wavelength and there's no spam. You're basically in the VIP section of the universe's biggest social network.
Nah, this I like this one. This is the second best one that I like so far. It's good. It is good. Of course, I'm being biased. I'm putting Heaven and Hell as, you know, number one. No, I'm not. I said I'm not rating that one. But yeah, this is cool. This is cool.
Parallel universes. Have you
Oh, this creeps me out, man.
ever met
So
someone
I'm gonna rate the last one maybe an 8 out of 10. Yeah, I'll rate the last one an 8 out of 10. Parallel universes. Let's see.
and felt an instant connection? Maybe you guys were best friends or lovers in another universe. Imagine you just finished your work and
Nah, bro. This right there, bro. This is BS. Every person that I felt this with, we ended up breaking up, bro. So this is bullshit. Bullshit. There's no parallel universes, bro. You know the amount of times that I thought this person and I had to have met in a parallel universe, and I feel like it's just no. At least in the sense of romantic relationships. I don't know. This is just bullshit, bro. You're just feeling high at that time because you're just swimming in dopamine that the other person gives you, but there's no deeper meaning behind it. I'm sorry to break it to you, lover boys or girls.
this universe, but instead of heading to heaven, hell, or purgatory, you get a cosmic reassignment to a brand new universe. It's like switching TV channels, but you get an entirely new show each time instead of reruns. Parallel universes mean there are infinite versions of you out there. One where you're a rock star, another where you're an astronaut, and maybe even one where you're a cat, because who wouldn't want 9 lives? It's the ultimate multiverse of madness, where every possible outcome of your life is happening somewhere. Every decision you've ever made is a sliding door to each version of its reality. In one universe, you took a job in New York. In another, you stayed in your hometown. Each choice creates a new path. So every what if you've ever had, there's a universe for that. After listening to all of these after-death experiences, it would be unfair if we didn't give you a
Hey, that one is cool too. I think that's the second coolest one we've heard so far.
theory that is bound to guarantee excitement and happiness while living, and that is to very simply join our Discord server. Nirvana. Nirvana in
Hey, what do we rate in the last one? The last one's cool, so I'll give that a 9 out of 10 to no, an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. It has to be really cool for you to get a 9 or a 10. So 2 8s now so far.
many Eastern philosophies is the ultimate goal. It's the release from the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth and achieving a state of perfect peace and happiness. Think of it as the ultimate cosmic vacation where you can finally put your feet up. In Nirvana, you've made all the right stops and reached the ultimate destination on the Enlightenment Express. Achieving
See, there's the reason why people don't like these type of endings is because people they have this innate sense of justice that they want to always want to either get or give. Like they want this sense, like people want justice. All right, if we see people that are bad, the thing that relieves us, that gives us that relief, is that we think that they will get some sort of karma or hell or some sort of get back to the things that they do. But if the ending is always just the same for everybody, or good for everybody, or nothing for everybody, then that takes away the, that takes away the accountability or that feeling that we feel when we see bad things being done to bad people, like, to innocent people. If it all just means nothing, for example, an evil person kills a kid. If that kid and the evil guy that killed are going to have the same ending, it just feels not fair to us innately. We just have that sense of fairness or justice that I feel like we're born with. So yeah. Do you believe in karma? Yes, I do believe in karma. Yeah, I do believe in karma. Whatever you give, you get. Not necessarily in how people perceive it. But yeah, I do believe in karma, but karma could mean anything. Karma could mean anything. But I do believe in you getting some sort of what you give back. Not in the sense of physically getting it back. Like if you stab someone, my sense of karma is not you're gonna get stabbed back the same way, but you will have something bad happen to you. That itself could be like maybe like the guilt that you feel for doing that thing itself could be the karma. That guilt that you carry could be the karma too for your actions. The guilt that takes away your peace could be the karma too. Does that make sense? Like for most people, the way they see karma is you stab someone, eventually you're gonna get stabbed, or something on the same level physically will happen to you. I don't know. Yes, but at the same time, karma could mean anything. Does that make sense? It just takes longer than some people would like. I think always catches up to people who do wrong. Yeah, exactly. Wait 1 second, I'll go on mute. All right, after this one, after Nirvana, I'm gonna go get myself a cup of tea. But yeah, all right.
Nirvana.
So this is why I don't know the whole Nirvana thing. I don't like it. Does that make any sense? Because there's no sense of justice. Good people and bad people can't be ended up in the same place.
Is like finishing a never-ending marathon where you've been running through countless lives, accumulating good karma, and now you can finally relax.
Okay.
With this theory,
Okay. You are required to have some sort of goodness to achieve nirvana. Then okay. Yeah, I'm fine with it now. I'm fine with it.
You are basking in eternal peace and happiness, where there are no more worries, no more stress, just pure, unadulterated peace. There's no reincarnation with nirvana, so there's no coming back as a cockroach or a squirrel. You've
Thank
graduated
God.
from the school of life with top honors.
Okay. Okay. So there's a okay. I like Nirvana. Okay. My bad, Nirvana. I'll give you a 7. Actually, I'll give you an 8. It's nice. So if you're a bad person, you could wake up as freaking roach. All right. I don't like it. I do like it. I do like it. I mean, I do like
Ghosts and spirits.
it. Ghost and spirit. Ugh. Ooh. All right, Nirvana. I'm rating Nirvana 7 out of 10. So.
Everybody knows about haunted houses or possessed people.
Bad people can experience a brief moment of Nirvana, but I think they have a hard time staying there. Hard time staying there. So where do they stay when they don't experience Nirvana though? That's the thing.
The lights in the bathroom blinking off and on when you're sure there's nobody in there. Most likely a ghost. If somebody fills the grade bully's locker with wet tissues, most likely a...
Nah, bro. Being a ghost though is just so freaking. I don't know. It's like a torture, but it's not actually good to be a ghost if you think about it. Because if you're a ghost, let's say you had a wife and kids, and you died and you became a ghost that can freely travel around and see everything that's happening. And you just see your wife move on. Your kids don't even fucking think about you anymore. See, at that point, being a ghost is freaking torture. Because you're just seeing your wife just move on with another man, and your kids don't give a fuck about you. They just forgot to live their life, and you're just trapped in this, all of us, most people live in complete delusion. Wait, bad people. Okay, most people live in a complete delusion. I think very few reach nirvana. So the rest of them, people that don't reach nirvana, live in delusion.
Ghost. In other words, ghosts are like guests who stick around after the lights are turned off and the music stops. They're the ones who just can't let go of the party and want to keep hanging out even if no one else is around. Ghosts are thought to be the spirits of people who have passed away but have unfinished business or strong emotional ties to the world. Maybe they still need to return a library book, or they're still trying to find their car keys. They might haunt a particular place like an old house or a creepy castle, appearing as shadowy figures, strange lights, or just the sound of footsteps when no one is there.
Why always
Dream
there, though?
theory.
Why always there though? Why are all ghosts always in that freaking churches and all that stuff? Why do they all have an unfinished business in the freaking church? Why do they all have or a freaking dark places? Why can they not have unfinished businesses in that maybe supermarket or maybe GameStop? See, the amount of people that died before the GTA 5 came out, we would have been seeing a lot of ghosts in the GameStops or anywhere that they sell games. So I don't believe in this, bro. I don't believe in this. I don't believe in ghosts.
When you're asleep, you get to explore the world of your subconscious, which might sound fancy, but it's just you dreaming. So if you believe this theory of death, that means you think of dying.
Alright, ghost though. Ghost. I would give Ghost a 6 out of 10. It's not really, they can't really do much. Like, what the hell can ghosts do, bruh? They can't physically do something to you, right? The only thing they can do is freaking twitch lights and twitch lights and just scare you till you freaking trip and break your neck. What can ghosts really do? Can they pick up a gun and shoot you? No, they can't. They can just alter weird stuff and blow wind your way or some weird shit that doesn't. It's just being petty. Being a ghost is being petty. I'm sorry.
As a one-way passage to your eternity in dreamland. You've already experienced
dream theory.
dreaming, so your death would simply be you never being able to wake up and just being stuck in the world of your subconscious.
Have I ever had a flying dreams all the time? All the time, and it feels so good. Just flying around. But most of the time it's just falling, to be honest. Falling, and midway through the fall you realize you're dreaming, and you're like, fuck, I don't have to fall, I can just fly. You're flying the next minute with lucid dreams. Where I have dreams where that either every object is insanely big, like insanely huge, like this Vaseline could be the size of a freaking mountain, or it's really tiny. I have those weird dreams. I don't know how to explain it. Whether either everything's so freaking big, or everything's so freaking tiny. Like I can't sometimes just get the hold of anything, like catch anything, because everything's super tiny. Those are the weirdest dreams. Oh, and it feels weird too when you have them. Like you just feel like you just want to wake up and just punch a wall or drink a coffee through your nose or do some weird shit, bro. I don't know. It feels like it's like an itch. I just want to get over that. What the fuck with that type of thing? I don't know.
Death isn't a physical
Some people believe it's astral projection. Wait, what is that?
end to those who believe this, so
The dream theory.
there's no abrupt end to life. It's just a passage to a different dimension. Just like how falling asleep and then dreaming while you're asleep would feel like. According to the people who believe this theory, you wouldn't even know you're dead when you die, so you wouldn't miss being alive because you'd just be in tune with the familiar reality of your dreams. To them, life is a dream and death is the true state of existence. And
Whoa. Well, but then again, when you are dreaming, like it doesn't physically feel real. I don't know. Like if you went to bed, if you slept and you started dreaming, like I don't think you can just dream forever. Like, does that make sense? You would get tired of it eventually. I remember flying through some stranger's house that was next to amusement park, and I was like floating around, spying on a random strangers. Wait, do you know the? No, you didn't know the house. It was a random stranger. But did you know the place at least, the amusement park? Or was it like a random amusement park that you've never been to, and a random stranger's house that you never? Like it's not even close to where you live, and was everything random? The amusement park, was it random amusement park that you never been to? Like was everything in the dream random?
honestly, if you think about it long enough, it might actually begin to make a bit of sense to you. But you probably shouldn't. Replay.
I knew the park. Okay.
You've probably heard the saying that nothing is new on
You didn't know the house, you just knew the park. Okay. Was it like you've been to that park and you had to dream right after you've been there?
to the sun. Well, according to some cultures, this
Alright, what are we rating the last one? I keep rating, I forgot to rate it. The dream theory. The dream theory. Ooh. I don't know, I'll give this dream theory maybe a 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10. I'm guessing like my ratings are based on I'm guessing consequences. I'm more of a consequence biased type of person. If there's a consequence, I can't even speak. Then you will make it higher to my. It's either you have to be really fun, or consequences. Yeah, I flew to the park to fly around the roller coaster.
sense to you,
Okay.
but you probably shouldn't. Replay. You've probably heard the saying that nothing is new under the sun. Well, according to some cultures, this saying is the absolute truth and even applies to every single death. They believe that everything that happens in the universe is in one infinite loop where all the events are destined to repeat itself in a never-ending cycle called the replay hypothesis or the eternal recurrence. It's like watching your favorite movie over and over again till you memorize what the character is going to say next and what they're going to do. They believe that there is nothing like free will, and we are all just repeating our lives over and over again. So when you die, you just come back in another body and repeat the same exact life experiences in a never-ending cycle. That's just
Wait, the exact same actions? Like, would I be in a different lifestyle, sitting in the same chair, looking at the same camera, saying the same things that I'm saying now, waving the same right hand that I'm waving now? Is it that type of replay, or like
mind-blowing?
It's just the same concept.
And of course, nobody alive can truly know the answer to these questions. Journey to the underworld.
Oh no, the replay would be a 6 out of 10. Cause what the hell?
So, after years of living a fulfilling, happy life, you've finally kicked the bucket. Well, according to ancient mythology, the next course of action is the underworld, which is the realm ruled by the gods and goddesses of death. Think of it as the ultimate adventure vacation. If your idea of a vacation includes navigating rivers of the dead and avoiding eternally tormenting spirits, the first stop in the underworld is the River Styx, which is basically like the Uber pool of the afterlife. You'll be taken across by a grumpy old ferryman, Charon, who only accepts coins, no Venmo. Once you've successfully crossed the river, you meet the three-headed dog called Cerberus, whose guide it is to guide you to the judgment room. And it is in this room that you'll be measured and weighed according to your deeds on Earth. If you're found worthy, you'll be sent to the Elysian Fields, the 5-star resort of the underworld.
Isn't that the same concept as heaven and hell? You'll make it a good place. You're just giving it a different name at this point. You'll go to a good place based on your weight action in this world.
Inclusive with eternal sunshine and unlimited ambrosia cocktails. But if you've been a bit naughty, it's off to Tartarus. Think of it as the underworld's version of a never-ending torture chamber that's hot and filled with anguish and screaming.
Wait, where did the concept of like every hell or hell equivalent to afterlife all being fire? What's that innate fear that we have with fire? Specifically fire. What is it? Why are we not tortured with anything else? Why are we not poked with sharp object? Or why does it always have to be fire? Is what humans probably happens to frozen people too. Wait. This is what happens to mummified pharaohs. Because their brain remained preserved.
Ancestral spirit world.
Alright, the last one, I don't know. The last one I'll give it 5 out of 10 because it's close to heaven and hell. Alright. Ancestral spirit world. Wait, is the live delayed on YouTube? Because I feel like some of the things I say, like after I say it, a minute after that you comment about it.
African, Asian, Indigenous Australian, and Native American cultures, it is believed that there is a world where your ancestors reside and can relate with the world of the living after they have died. It's called the ancestral spirit world, and it is basically a realm where you transition to after death. Once you're there, you become an ancestor, but you're not completely cut off from the land of the living, so just like in Lion King, where Simba tries to get advice from Mufasa, or when Shuri thought she would see T'Challa for some tips on how to run Wakanda, your descendants who are still alive can try to contact you through rituals, offerings, and ceremonies. And because
what if you're just a dumbass, bro, and you don't have nothing to give? What if I just died and 1,000 years from now they'll just come to me? What would they need from me? Or would I have to be the all wise, or would I have to have some sort of status for me to be summoned? Because if I'm in this world, bro, and I'm just randomly summoned, And I'm like, hey, oh, wise one Bedru, I need your advice. I'm like, bro, you just wasted your whole ritual, my brother. Go back and summon someone else. I guess you're gonna have to meet some sort of requirement to be summoned.
This is a realm of wisdom.
Or I would just confuse the hell out of you. I would just be like, how do I deal with this problem that I'm having? And I would just tell you to 6, 7. Oh, I don't know, bro. I would just be confused as hell, going through the same problems that you wanted solved, but this time 6, 7 stuck in your head. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Guidance and protection, you can actually provide the solution to why your descendants would need you in the first place.
What?
It's comforting to think that death isn't just an abrupt end then, but a transformation to a realm where your spirit can continue to boss your younger siblings or kids around.
Oh, hell nah. Hell nah, bro. Let me just die, bro. Let me just die. It's giving me on tasks now? Nah. This is from people blasting off and becoming everything, they're coming back as themselves. This is from people blasting off and becoming everything. They're coming back as themselves.
Imagine you.
Wait, the last one was kind of fun though. I think it was only fun because he just gave that Simba reference. But yeah, I'll give that a 7 out of 10. It was fun. It was fun. It was fun. It was fun. Moksha. Wait, how many are we on now? I think this is the last one. This is the last one.
Been playing the same video game level for ages, and finally you unlock the ultimate cheat code. That cheat code? It's called Moksha. Instead of just leveling up, you're exiting the game entirely, breaking free from the endless cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, samsara. It's like winning the cosmic lottery. To achieve moksha simply means that you've realized your true self and your personal oneness with the cosmos. You're finally free from all the worldly attachments and desires with no more responsibilities, expectations, taxes, or deadlines. In the ultimate spiritual liberation, you...
Oh, hell nah, bro. If I was worried about freaking taxes in the afterlife, bro, I would hang myself. I would be pissed. I would be fucking fuming.
You'd also get to hang out with all the spiritual heavyweights like Buddha and Krishna.
Oh, hell nah, bro. With those nipples, I want to stay far away from you. That was interesting, though. That was really interesting. Now, the last one, I don't know what to give it. I'll put it 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10, because we didn't give anything a 9 or a 10 so far. So the last one, just because of that nipple, bro, that red juicy nipple, I'll give it a 10 out of 10. I'm kidding. But yeah, that was really fun. That was really fun. Wait, we spent 2 hours watching these videos. Crazy. I guess we'll call it a day watching these things. I really wanted to play, go through foot champs. Not foot champs, I played foot champs. I wanted to switch to the PS5. Interesting. What is new in the game? Alright, we're switching to the game. We're switching to this. We're switching to this. Wait, what is going on? Wait, could you guys? Oh my god, wait, will you guys be able to hear the... Please tell me you were able to hear the audio. Please tell me you were able to hear the video that we were watching, the audio. If not, that would be, oh my god, that would be so annoying. I need to find a way to fix this. prediction? Wait, what's the prediction? What's your prediction? I hope the audio was working the whole time. If not, then I'll be fuming. I'll be out of the vlog. Alright, fc25 time. fc25 delivering What's the prediction? I predict that someone will try to roll out free energy with the second coming of Christ. It's just gonna be another Ponzi scheme. Wait, free energy is in like what type of energy? Free energy. Are we talking electricity? Are we talking gas? In what sense? With the second coming of Christ, huh? They're trying to make that happen now. Apparently, the whole oh yeah, bro, I need to. Ever since I watched that the professor, bro, I've been hooked. I have been hooked with his videos. Hooked. Yeah, I think tomorrow we should watch some of his videos. Someone will try to roll out free. Claudia Pino. Yeah, the kind of free energy that you get with anti-gravity devices. Ooh. Wait, do you think we'll ever get to that level? Like, you know how we always pictured 2050 or 2100 to be like those levitating devices that we fly in cars? And do you think we'll ever get to that level of advancement, or we're just gonna nuke ourselves before we even get close to that? Do you think we will ever have those like anti-gravity devices? Do you think we will? Oh, interesting. Because every year it feels like it feels close to a reset. It feels close to us resetting, bro. Didn't you hear about the missing scientist? Wait, did you mean scientist there? No. Did you mean to say scientist there, or is that a word? No. So there's been a lot of important scientists who have gone missing. Wait, when? Wait, what is going on, bro? When? When did this happen? Why is it not in the news yet? Or are they covering it up yet? Did this happen like recently? A bunch of science, or has it been happening over a long period of time, particularly connected to anti-gravity and propulsion metals. Whoa. I did not hear that. I didn't know. Just recently? Wait, from across the world? From like Russia, China, everywhere in the world? Or is it just that science in the US, or maybe trap more raws been covering it? Trap more raws. Oh, I need to get on it. I need to get on it. Hey, maybe you should link, you could link me. Wait, do you use Discord? I know it would be interesting that you could, any videos that you find interesting, you can just put the link on the Discord server that I made. There's a whole session for video recommendations. You can put the link there. That'd be interesting. See, I did not know that. Right, so you think, so you're so do you think they're doing something with those scientists? They're making them come up with these anti-gravity devices? I wouldn't be shocked. Just search missing scientists. That's crazy. That's crazy. Missing scientists. Well, do you believe in governments covering up things? Like if like things were really important to them, we wouldn't even see it. Like they're really good at covering up things. So if that was really the case, then you know, then they would even cover up the fact that, you know, they wouldn't even allow anyone to post about it. It was really that secret to them. Or is it like just, or is it this thing that, you know, like Candace Owens said, they don't bother hiding things anymore. They low-key want people to know. They'll put it in people's faces. Oh my god, I'm getting no
Tales of happy endings turning out to be fan-made. Secrets that we hid became so big that they can't hide. I'm a decent actor, but some actions I can't fake. Adios mio, R.I.P. to my favorite trio. Been linked since embryo. 3 seeds.
I think we are at a point where endgame scenarios are coming out of the shadows. Do you think this has been going on for a long time now, or is it just, you know, do you think this has been going on for a long time, or is it just coming out now, or do you think they're just accelerating it now? Or do you think that it always used to happen, but now they picked up the pace? They want to accelerate the process, maybe. Even though you broke my heart, hid the pieces and ran, I still love you to the end. Oh my god, I think I'm gonna have to call it a day. I'm gonna have to call it a night. It's nighttime for me.
I hope you building healthy habits to combat all the stress. I hope you know I pray to God that you're blessed. Despite the hurt that you left, you did it over a text. And like I only take cash, that card is hard to accept. That pill is hard to digest. It even hurts more as it was all for the best.
I think people have been preparing for this for a long time, but we are accelerating also. Yeah, why do you think that is? Why do you think they're accelerating? Especially, you know, with the things the last 5 years, bro. Ever since, like, from not even 5 years, like 8 years. Ever since 2016, it feels like they just either found out something. They were like, "Fuck, we don't have no time. We need to accelerate this whole shit ASAP." Because there's no need, or I think we're just being more aware now, or maybe, I don't know. The acceleration thing, that does feel real though. Because billionaires are desperate. Why now? Why are they desperate now? What changed now? There always used to be billionaires and millionaires. What happened now? Billionaires are afraid of China. Or do you think China is as big of a threat as they make it as they make it seem like? Because I really don't. I really don't. They make China seem like it's just. Wait, why would they be afraid of China? It's because it's coming for their freedom. Do we even have freedom now? Or is it because advancement? China might beat them. They've been working with China. And know how far ahead they are. Oh, yeah, that is true. I feel like China is way ahead of everyone else. And the thing is, the scary thing is how quiet they are. How quiet they are with whatever they're doing. They're not bothered with propaganda to make themselves feel like they're the best in the world. They don't care. They don't care about credit and publicity. That's what makes fucking China scary. Because you don't fucking know if they're either, you know, in the past or in the future. You have no idea, bro. No one really knows. We can speculate how far they are into the future in terms of technology, but we don't really know. We don't really know. I mean, we can predict with the US. Nothing. They're really bad at hiding things. That's why we have a desperate AI push. I will give it to them though, when it comes to this whole pushing things and making shit done. Israel knows how to do it. This tiny piece of tiny piece of land in the Middle East, whatever they got going on, bruh, whatever deep secret shit that they have, man. Whatever, and how many ever secret Peter Thiels that they have in basements that's creating things or running the world. I'm low-key starting to believe there's like thousands and thousands of Peter Thiels underground, trapped in Tel Aviv, bro, working on some shit. And one of them just happens to be the real Peter Thiel. I feel like they just let out the worst ones into the world, the dumbest ones. They let out the dumbest ones into the world, and they happen to be Elon Musk and the actual Peter Thiel, and the real smart ones are in are somewhere in Tel Aviv underground. Oh god! All right, I hope these are just fun. Oh, but it's worse than Hail Mary. Oh, this is crazy. But yeah, I'll call it a night. Thank you so much, Benjamin, for joining the live stream. This has been super fun. Yeah. Hope you had a great day. Well, what time is it in? Let me guess. It's probably like 2 p.m. for you. 2 p.m. for you, I'm guessing. But yeah, hope you have a great day, my boy. Benjamin, take care of yourself. And everyone on Twitch and TikTok, take care. Goodbye.